Hi everyone, we are back, okay? It's the second video for your home learning, okay? Dom and I are going to help you through to learn about the League of Nations, okay? So we're going to do League of Nations today, part of your conflict and tension course. So, are you ready?
Yes.
Okay, let's do it. All right, let's start. Okay, you could be asked about the aims of the League of Nations, what they wanted to achieve. You could be asked about the organisation of the league, how it was organised, and then you need to know about the weaknesses of the league. So Dom and I have got some handy hints that we're going to use. We're mind mapping. Know you like a mind map? Okay, so here we go with the aims of the league. What were they, Dom?
It stands for SIDE, so it was stop wars, improve people's lives, disarmament, and enforce Treaty of Versailles.
Okay, so those are the main aims: to stop wars, improve people's lives, to disarm, to reduce your army, navy and air force down, and to make sure that the Treaty of Versailles happens successfully. Okay, how was the league organised, Dominic? Can we have the organisation card? Okay, Dom, can you tell us who are the council members, the leaders of the league? Who were they?
The council members were
Britain,
France, Italian and Japanese.
Yeah, Britain, France, Italy and Japan were the four permanent members. America was supposed to join, but Woodrow Wilson couldn't get approval, if you remember, back at home. So America never joined. Russia chose not to join because they didn't want to work with capitalist countries, and Germany was not allowed to join because that's under the Treaty of Versailles. It's part of their punishment, if you like, okay? The Assembly is made up of the rest of the league members. There was 40, later increased to 60. Then we've got the Secretariat, who are the secretaries of the league, doing all the day-to-day business of the league, interpreting, filing, creating reports, etc. And then we've got the Court of International Justice, whose job it is to offer out the three punishments. Dom, what were the three punishments for the League of Nations?
A moral, an economic and a military.
Correct. A moral, economic and military sanction punishment. Okay. A moral is a telling off. An economic is what it says on the tin. Okay. So it's an economic sanction is stopping trading with the country, or you've got a military sanction, which is obviously going to war with a country that's being aggressive. The main problems with the league was America didn't join. That's a main weakness for them. It was their idea, but they didn't join. Russia chose not to join, as we said. Germany was not allowed to join. And the last major weakness of the league was it had no army, no permanent army. They had to cobble one up together from all the different countries. Also, you had to get everybody in the league to agree to a unanimous decision before they could get anything passed. That's a major problem. You could do with two examples. When it comes to the League of Nations, about two major weaknesses. The first one being the Manchurian crisis. Don't forget, Japan invaded Manchuria to get out of the Great Depression. Manchuria is a province in China. The Japanese blew up their own railway that was based in the area called the South Manchurian Railway. They blamed it on the Chinese, and then the Japanese moved in. They ruthlessly stripped the area of its natural resources. The Chinese turned around, asked the League for help. It took ages for Lord Lytton and the British League representative to write a report. It took him over a year. He even went on a boat to get over to Japan. It took a long time. When he finally made his decision, he said yes, Japan had done wrong and should leave Manchuria. But the handy hint is Japan did not leave Manchuria. Instead, Japan left the League. Okay, you can have that one for free. Okay, the last one you need to know, the last example, is the Abyssinian crisis, which is Manchuria was 1931. 1935, we got the Abyssinian crisis. Mussolini, the leader of Italy, wanted... Mussolini, yeah, the leader of Italy, wanted war and glory. He wanted to increase his empire in Africa. He already owned Italian Somaliland and Eritrea, and he wanted that chunk in the middle, which was called Abyssinia, which is modern day Ethiopia. He wanted to join that big area up and take the last country out of Africa that wasn't owned by other European countries. So he used an excuse of an attack at Wal Wal, a skirmish between the Italians and the Abyssinians and Wal Wal, and then he moved in, and it was Italian tanks versus Abyssinian spears. and guns. The Abyssinians didn't have much of a chance. Now, the Abyssinians, led by Haile Selassie, turned round and asked the League of Nations for help. The League of Nations went a bit further on this one, a little bit more than a moral sanction. What's the next sanction up after moral, Dom?
Moral,
Do you think?
economic.
Correct. Spot on. So it's economic. So it was an economic punishment, and the punishment was we refused to buy Italian rubber, and we refused to buy Italian metal. But the Americans made it difficult for us because they weren't in the league. So what they did was they sold oil to the Italians, which helped them as they continue to power the tanks and carry on with the war. And your handy hint is Italy did not leave Abyssinia. Instead, Italy left the league. Now, I hope all these home learning, where are we pointing? All these home learning videos are helpful. If they are, give us a thumbs up.
Thumbs up.
Thumbs up. What else do we need?
Subscribe.
Subscribe.
Share.
Share.
And something.
That'll do, won't it?
Yeah.
If you do all that. Okay. So we'll be back with more. Okay. So stay tuned. All right. Keep working. Stay safe. Stay indoors. Okay.
One more thing.
What?
The live.
Oh, he wants to do a what's it called? Instagram Live. So coming soon to an Instagram account near you. Bye.
Bye.